Hello, everyone. RPG Kim Kid here back with more Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. In the previous video, we started our next day, and now we're going all over the place. We started off with the Yako first, and then we went to the detectives, and now we're with Haraway. And yeah, we're just making progress as we go through things. So we're now going to Michio Surasashi's house. So let's go in. Near the Surasashi household. How did it go? I went to visit Michio Surasashi's family home, however. No one seemed to be there. I got to answer the door, and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. I don't understand why no one's come to the house, even after Michio commits suicide. I wonder if this place is okay. Probably not. It's a bit quiet over here. It is a residential area after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? See anything I can see around here? Does not look like it okay. I never liked these messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter accompany me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose the detective is used to this kind of thing. Always investigating, chasing criminals. I won't be cut out for it. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out Surasashi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, the reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kanakikyo Iwai. Iwai? Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. So what is this Iwai character? So what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him to not hit Michio. That's terrible. Yeah, okay, so that part is true as well from what we heard back when we started Yako's side. Is that a person behind us? Is that supposed to be like just... Okay, I think it's just a resident, not like someone who's like waiting. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Surasashi's standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept the storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in to do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Surasashis entirely, and seemed relieved that they finally quieted down again. Things quieted down again. Seems that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation has only taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Kankichiro Iwai, the common-law husband of Mijo Sursashi's mother, Toshiko Sursashi. Kanakicho started coming and going from the Sursashi household a little over a year ago. It has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. Oh, so you came here too? What is it? Ah. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? Hello. Damn, that actually probably would have been a better spot to end the part. But you never know. Alrighty, well, I did say we were going to do some fancy sushi. I'll be honest, that's kind of a funny name, unless of course it's somewhat tied to this, but even then it's still like, that's a little much. I mean, don't you think? Oh, alright, sorry the previous events. With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Tetsu Tsutsumi and Aroe directed their investigation toward Komagawa High School and the Shirasashi residence. Well, we might as well go to the school first if we get the chance. And there we go. Maybe after this, I'll be able to continue on with the girls. Here we are, Komagawa High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. Ideally, we could talk to someone who was involved in the incident. Easier said than done, though. Komagawa High's gymnasium also serves as a pooling place and evacuation center. Polling? A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood. This place looks safe and sturdy. The school gate will stay locked while forensics inspect the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. News of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink. This place isn't the only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshima's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the fool's possession, and of course where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Alright, speaking of schools. What is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of people involved in this case led back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. For a guy who questions me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When you become such a smooth talker. I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout out the area. I wonder if there's anyone who can help us scout around the area. Do I... Perfectly reasonable time for students to be at school, and yet this will be that simple. Do I do that now, or do I have to go... 9 a.m., okay. No. Okay, so that didn't help, so... Oh, hey, I saw them now. Nothing to do with school, I suppose. There they are. Huh? That's... Boss? What is it? You want to talk to those girls? Not really. No, not particularly. Alright, I didn't think so. Whoops. Look at that little space. Boss, it really seems like you want to talk to those girls. Not really. No. Oh, is he just gonna say the same thing? Yeah. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario. Roy. Huh? What? Hey, aren't you? You must be that high schooler scaring the child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again? Sorry about that. He's with me. Oh, that just said Tetsu, yeah, whatever. Mr. Tetsutsumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my working conditions. I prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait. Really? Thank you oh, look at how cute they are. Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh, yeah. Like one of those places in Ginza. I've never been. Let's go. Oh, no wonder why it's called fancy sushi. It's because of that. Ha ha ha. So there we go. Oh well. Got ourselves a deal, right, boss? The girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said I'd... Sushi! Looking forward to it, boss. Wait, since when were you included? Haha, you guys are funny. You should do stand-up. Rangs is still investigating the area. Don't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there are too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it'd be good to have Mio look around the scene too. Sushi, huh? Well, that'll solve the case. It's a small price to pay. It's just expensive to paranormal affairs later. There you go! It's usually easy to let Aero do the talking when it comes to young people, but I only have a day. Quicker if I take the reins this time. They did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case. What's that rope all about? It indicates where Jorochi's body was found. He moved his body, but this way we still have an idea of how it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. Can you even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh. Good, Arrow. Arroway. You're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little much for a kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think?
I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here.
I figured as much.
Does that mean Jironchi was killed by one of the curses of the 7 mysteries? Yes. A strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess.
Oh? Heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat?
Stop it, Mr. Tetsu Tsutsumi. You're trying to get the wrong idea. Oh, that's amazing! Mio, you're a professional! You think? Totally! You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. You put it like that, I'm not sure how awesome it is.
So a curse that was used here, which means the curse bearer must have been on the scene too. It's not fully checked, so I'm gonna assume we'll be coming back to that. Mio Kurusi. She's like a disciple of the Paranormal Affairs Chief. I've heard that she helped out with investigating free of charge under the guise of training. Although she's my old boss's protege, she helped me out playing while I was in Paranormal Affairs. She may look meek, but she's got strong spirit sense, sharp instincts, and courage. Plus quite the brain to back it all up. That said, I can't help but think there's some kind of darkness following her around. So this is Yako Sakazaki. She was Mio. She'd be friend. Mio finally make a friend. If she did, it would do this old man's heart good. I better not say it out loud. Don't want her to make her look bad. She's certainly well versed in the paranormal. Just can't get over the darkness.
Huh? You want to talk to me? You'd probably be better off asking Mio. I probably can't talk to you yet.
So, how much have you been able to figure out?
Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs for the Rite of Resurrection. At least that's my hypothesis.
Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted the right at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach.
You got 3 already. Wow. And you have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako. Ow! The girl standing behind me does. That's me. Yako. The girl standing behind me, yo.
She does. Is she alright? We could take it off your hands.
Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out.
Alright, I'll leave the Fool's Procession with you two then.
So he now knows about that one, so. Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows.
Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them?
Well, last night at school. You were here last night? Yes, you see.
Huh.
You two are using a spearboard. That's so cool.
So that's when you ran into a curse echo. Glad you survived the encounter.
Yeah, in this timeline, there's one where I didn't. Kinda gnarly. Somehow, managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg.
What? A woman missing an arm and a leg, that's the ones I read. The ones I read. This is bad.
So, okay, yep. So, I think the janitor is Namagaki. Because A, that, B, he was there,
And C, Haruo said he looked like Namagaki, but obviously much different. So here, let's, persons of interest. Actually, I don't think we have him. Where is... Yeah, here he is. Here's the teacher. No, not Namagaki. Nijima. They kind of have the same eyes in a way. I mean, 20 years. This is bad. Huh? What's so bad about that one? You idiot! Think! The curse bearer of the one-sided read is... Umechiki Nijima! He made himself! That's his curse!
Oh, that's right. Wait, well, if that's the case...
Nijima might have been here last night.
What?
I mean, it's possible he's lying to us, but...
What? Who's Nijima? No clue.
So Nijima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes.
Huh? He says he's gonna massacre the city at sundown today. And he's trying to get to your daughter too?
That's why we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So just be sure, could you tell me who else was at the school last night?
Well, as far as we know, there was us, Mrs. Jonichi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya, Yaya. Wait, Hitomi? You mean Hitomi Okuda, second-year student? Well, yes. Why? Boss!
So she was here last night.
I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes.
Would you mind if we asked you a few questions about that?
Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this.
Ah, I see. Don't worry, it's about a different matter.
A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yes, she did, actually.
Here we go. I love when moments like this happen in games where like characters come and they don't hide stuff. They don't hide like, oh, I'm keeping this a secret from you because of reasons. And they're like, nope. I like that. They're like, oh no, we're gonna tell you.
We're talking about people who were at the school last night. And there's one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details.
And there was someone else.
Apparently Tommy actually saw Mrs. Jonichi getting cursed and killed last night.
What? Talk about some vital information.
What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jonichi. You sure it was really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me. I wasn't there.
That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Jonichi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been here, whether it's Michio or not.
Damn, boss. Do you think it really could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful.
Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Nijima was behind Jonichi's death.
What about Hitomi's story? Oh, well, I didn't want that, but oh well. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshishima entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman? Yes. Apparently he also asked her to look for another one just like it. One that Michio had. What kind of talismans could they be, boss?
Doesn't ring a bell. But if Yoshimo's talking about him with his dying breath, it must have been pretty important.
Did they find Talisman Michio where her body was found?
I'll check. If they did, Yoshima would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died.
Right. You can give us Tomi's contact information. I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. He don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us.
Well then, you think...
Excuse me.
You think she talked to Yoshima's fiancé? Haven't they met before?
Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yes, she might be willing to talk to her.
Alright, we better find her fast.
We haven't been able to reach her. That's a little worrying.
About this janitor, Ashimimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's been working here?
Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to this school, though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him.
I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this.
Huh?
Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see.
What are you? No way.
Airway, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room.
Yes, right away. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning.
Well, that's not good.
That's not good at all. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashiyama too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No.
That's all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya?
The old man seriously hated getting his picture taken. Yeah, he'd always avoid it.
Airway, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. Can't let him get away.
Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah. How could that old man have been some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a curse bearer on top of that? To think he was so close to us this whole time. It gives me chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school.
Let's hope it isn't already too late.
Oh, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night.
What?
I don't
like this one bit. Ishima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but...
Glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then... Could it have been old man Ashiyama who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building, too. What? You did? Yikes. Good thing I didn't say anything. Good thing I didn't accidentally say it, and then I found out that no one came out, and then I went in there and saw that your arm and leg were missing. Mio, what are you talking about? I don't know.
You might have gotten very lucky there, kid.
Damn, we're still talking about him. This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. Okay, mastermind. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it would help if I knew more about how the curses of the Seven Mysteries first came about.
In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy.
Me, Mr. Arishi. I would very much like to talk to him.
Alright, he's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of his students doing the asking.
Do you know where he is?
I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working on his papers.
Cafe. Oh, Kurokiyo Cafe in Kamizawa. Thanks. We'll head over there now. School rule says we're not allowed to go cafes, though.
Don't worry about it. I'll allow it. That's a dumb rule.
Thank you. That's all it takes?
Does? It seriously makes no fucking sense, but whatever.
Must be a mastermind behind everything. Someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why.
Mayu Chizawa. We'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her.
Okay, I'll be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Oh, right. One more thing. Hitomi told me that Mr. Yoshima gave her instructions to the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talismans to Mr. Nagagoshi from the police headquarters.
What? So it's a Nagagoshi case. Why would Yoshima tell her that?
Could you check on that?
I will, but I don't know if they'll pick up when I call.
Is he with Paranormal Affairs Bureau?
Oh, yes. Nagagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists, or if he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All the Paranormal Affairs cases are referred to as Nagagoshi cases.
Jeez, what's up with that? An amulet Hitomi was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. What was that thing you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Did you know something about her? What's your relationship? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first.
I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Arroway.
Alright. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though. Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshima concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. Wait, what? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshima, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Yako? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Okay.
Van, there's a young man in the driver. Yako!
Why did that skip? It's a young man in the driver's seat. In the passenger seat's a woman?
Yes? Wait, was I? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah, I'm okay. I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. Yoshima talked to you about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics, if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was true on Michio's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Jonichi was so scared of Michio? Well, about that, I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... I see. I have expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain.
I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that.
Michio, what happened?
Junichi was almost definitely killed by a curse. I wonder about the exact cause of death. If the curse's origin and the cause of death are connected, it could give us another lead.
Hey boss, Francis is calling. I'll go see what they have to say.
Sure, thanks.
Boss, they found this on the ground, a short distance away from the scene.
What is that? A ribbon?
Yeah. You can't use this to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before.
You have?
Go on then. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear.
What?
Doesn't that mean that Michio was here?
Are you sure?
Definitely. I have the same one at home. Brought them together. That has to be hers.
Then, did she come back to life somehow?
But how? If it was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go?
That's the question. She got her revenge on Junichi, but she may have more revenge to dish out.
Is there anyone else you have a grudge against?
Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision?
She really did come back to life. Then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live.
That's it.
I'm afraid that's all we can tell you.
Don't worry, you were a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Nijima and Mayu Chozawa.
It might be worth to check Michio's house as well, just in case.
Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, to go to one of the officers hanging around here.
Got it. Thank you, and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Arishi about the way to lift this curse. All right, boss. Let's get going wherever you're ready.
I'll leave the curse lifting the girls while I go looking for Nijima and Shozawa. There's also the matter of Yoshima's talisman. But we won't get anywhere done staying here. Better get a move on.
I'm actually curious what would have happened if I went to the residence first. Oh! Weird. Yeah, I guess we never did the Sir Sasha. Let's check that out, though. Oh, if we came at 9 a.m. And I don't think it was 9 a.m. for them there, so... Yeah, that's probably why. Seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. I don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. Oh, hello. Number 6. Illegal eagle. Legal eagle, 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 eagle. The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. But it feels like old Tokyo.
So Sir Sashi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. Might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. Everybody's checking the Sir Sashi house at the end of the road. This street's real narrow, so two big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs.
Alright, I'll go check the house.
quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. So the search of the household. No, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox. Huh. He looks kind of disappointed. Looks like no one's home right now. Let's try again later. Okay, so I think I've done everything that I can here then. So you're doing they're not home. Let's go somewhere else for now. Alright, we figured that one out, so. Alrighty, let us do Dead or Alive. Harley and Richter visit Michio's home, having determined her by the key player in the unsolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter 2 men. This music's so good. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. My name's Jun Arroway. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here's the brilliant Chief Inspector Tetsu Tetsumi. And yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. Saying to our detectives. This is my client, Miss Haruo Shigima. That follows a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigima? Boss, you know this guy? Shit, I've heard the name. But you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I am my own person, after all. And my father has nothing to do with any of this. Now, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on one second. This is the first time I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. Bam ba bam 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 la. I thought we might cause trouble standing in the middle of the streets talking like this. So far we haven't drawn attention. And then again, that might just be because nobody wants to get involved with the case. So these detectives are out here because of a recent stream of strange deaths. It's best to keep quiet about our involvement with the curses. Oh, hello. Tom, there was one here. Lucky that's number 12, the Royal Kingpin. Oh, that's so. So how many have I found? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. Not bad. Let's see. Let's look at these clues. Revisiting the park at night. A unique-looking playground. Waiting at the intersection. Waiting at the entrance. The excited detective. Wait till you feel like yourself again. If you won the lottery. In the bright garden. Before hearing the history. jackpot, a bottom shelf surrounded by darkness, and approached the net. Seems they were acquainted, but also like they haven't talked in a long time. Young and energetic detective. He seems to have a strong sense of justice. If my son had the chance to grow older, perhaps he would become an officer just like him. It seems like he's got a lot of experience working the streets. Most of the officers I know are the bureaucrats, desk jockey types. The contrast is rather striking. Nice when we see stuff like this too. However, I don't think we're going to get the same kind of, oh, it's so nice having the information coming out. Like, I don't think we'll get that same treatment here as we did with the girls that we just had. I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of an investigator's job. Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades is all. Comrades? That's right. Richter used to be part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Arroway. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. I can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit. I don't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure you don't want to return to the force? We take you back with open arms. What? To sit on my ass and watch the birds fly? I think I'll pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. No, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up all your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandon. Damn, boy. Can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, ma'am. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. That is usually how PIs start off. They usually are cops first and then, PIs later. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year. Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruo Shigema from the kidnapping case. Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munasada Shigema's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Indeed. It started suppressed by the news, but then it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigators was conducted in secret investigation, and ultimately the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned up nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they've deceased. We'd hope to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. Sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like this. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. Okay, so he's saying the exact same thing. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly. With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. Is that so? Well, sorry for the intrusion. He knows she's lying! Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around.
Wait a second.
I assume they were talking about you, investigator?
Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation.
Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary?
Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public service be interested in the occult?
Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know.
I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they got your head office guys on it.
Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter.
Here's all that.
So by using curses to commit murders, these people collecting soul dregs to perform the Rite of Resurrection. And thus, in these, the curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either.
We figure the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get this situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us?
That's tough. Never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking shady characters, there was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Waragashi Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey.
Boss, what do you think?
Well, considering the location, could have been Hideki Arashi. We already got his curse stone.
Impressive. You two are working quick.
Did you say anything else?
Not that I can remember.
That's a shame.
No, damn it.
If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know.
Absolutely. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Richter, perhaps you can lend a hand on our case too. There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty now.
I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my client is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come.
I see. Well, I can't say that's not fair.
What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job.
True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Huh. By the way, that reminds me, Richter.
Yes?
You said the person who used to live here died last week. You won't be referring to Michio Shirasashi by chance?
You knew?
I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then.
Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic?
Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshima's case.
Yoshima? Alright. Hajime Yoshima's.
That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it.
I heard. It was the most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshima of the Juvenile Division and Michio.
Oh, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping?
Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want a full scoop of your findings concerning Michio.
Sure, to tell you the truth.
What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonichi? So, he wasn't just mumbling nonsense!
I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet. But the testimonies we've heard of and the evidence we found point to that direction.
Testimony? I mean, from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true then...
Did you figure something out?
Konichiro Iwai!
Huh?
Konichiro Iwai! He'll be the next victim! We have to open the door to the Shirasashi house. We need to look inside!
Hey, what's gotten into you? Boss!
I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that! You know how long that could take! We can ask for permission later.
Richter? Hey, Richter! Calm down, we can't just...
No, I think we can. Take that, you shitty door! That's what you do! That's how you do it! Take that, you shitty door!
Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always.
Everyone, come quick! Look at this!
Oh. Oh. Whoa. What's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here.
Whoa! Could that be Michio's dad? Nah. He's her stepdad at best, if that. It's got to be the body of Kanakawa Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gone really messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Anyway, did you find Jonichi's body in the same state?
Now that you mention it, it looked as though Koei Jonichi had died from a number of heavy blows.
What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Surasashi. She's alive! She used the power of the curse to get back to the man who ruined her life!
That's ridiculous! You're suggesting she actually revived?
It's got to be that. If she's alive, then... Oh! My apologies for interrupting. I know we just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Nope! Considering this, what if Michio Surasashi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo is Michio Surasashi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? I don't think she was at any of these places. We've been hearing a lot about possessions. And close to possessions. And connections to those who possessed. I see, very well. Congratulations, you are correct! As expected, you got it in one go. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have known some time ago. Let's go back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Yako's being possessed. We've been hearing a lot about possessions and closeness and all that stuff. And I think Mio even somewhat knows about it too. And not to mention the whole thing that happened when we were talking to them as the detectives. What? You really think Michio Surasashi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but... You really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Arroway, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get it right away. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs looking at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Is that Nijima? Huh? Whoa now, hold on, these photos! These are all of Fumijiki Nijima. Gross. Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over there. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Nijima murders.
I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine?
Let's keep looking around. There's nothing around to confirm his identity. By the looks of him, I'd say he's Kanechikuro Iowai.
You've seen him before.
I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have led a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, be better not to look so closely. It's amazing. Cruel is what it is.
Okay, I can't move the camera around.
It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is.
They're magic ruins. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time, they're useless imitations, though. I won't get too excited about it.
Oh my, who knew the Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult?
I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject.
Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me.
Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all.
Western black magic. While magic is often classified as a branch of mysticums, or may vicariously refer to the likes of witchcraft or astrology, here it refers specifically to Western black magic. In the Middle Ages, the line between science and magic was blurred, with the pursuit of the supernatural considered a legitimate academic discipline. Astrology was regarded akin to astronomy, while alchemy was aspect as scientific fact and would eventually evolve into what is known today as chemistry. One discipline, however, was considered wicked and shunned accordingly: black magic. The practice of using magical knowledge to strike a bargain with demons. In contrast to the socially acceptable subject studied by the intelligentsia, black magic was most prolific among the lower classes. It was the common people who suffered most from the ills of the day: war, famine, and sickness, which perhaps led them to seek aid from unholy powers. As here stated, these rituals and spells were now nowhere to be found in orthodox modes of teaching, but instead were records and tomes of dubious credibility. Damn.
Looks like these things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual, or whatever, was something attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night.
You think I was the one chanting?
Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shirsashis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do.
Don't worry, I'll look at the old books. I just want to look at everything first.
The sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame. Look at these. Pictures of Fumichika Nijima cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was.
You'd think the Shirsashis are somehow connected to Nijima's case.
Perhaps they
did this to not forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Nijima might be involved in all this too.
Do you think he might have anything to do with the body here?
Maybe. The man's already on parole. He's a curse bearer with a curse stone now. He announced that from sundown today he was going to be going on a killing spree.
Oh dear.
There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard.
So he hasn't changed his ways, and that doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Nijima murders either.
You don't say.
That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Smoothie River that brought the incident to light.
You don't say! You were the kid from back then. You're really brave. You did a great deed.
Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So you two have met before? Fancy that. I've been worried that... I've been worried that Fumichika Nijima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am.
You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type.
Oh dear.
That asshole. I wanted to put the idea into his head. And now he's got the one-sided read, too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown.
Seriously?
On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter.
Damn, that's quite the threat. Surely you can't afford to stay put here.
The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head.
Not gonna give him that pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumijiki Nijima have anything to do with each other, this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location.
Let's hope so.
The person who put all these photos up must have been obsessed with Nijima. He might have had some relation to Nejima's victims, and perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... it's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumijiki Nejima? Wow, that was quite the spectacle. Don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me to the likes of a bizarre criminal? So just cut us from publications. They even snapped a number of shots of their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certainly they were obsessed. This drawer's really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside?
Huh?
I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right?
Right. Airway's in here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky.
I see. Thank you anyway. With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. Neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves?
Well, it's not like I any help with foreign languages. Go ahead.
Thank you. Huh. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here, alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you call this grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. You think this I
think this OI guy's been studying them. Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual.
There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. But if it was, they were serious about this. Why doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would it be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This one over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection. Like the rite. I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is this? This looks like a journal. It's probably Awai's.
A journal?
His writing is suspiciously thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh, wow. Now this is something.
What is it? What do you write?
This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So, this Kanuichi Iwai fellow, he's been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start. He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired the grimoire.
You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar.
First, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. Seems that Nijima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison.
What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence.
Likely not coincidence. Seems like Iway took an interest in Nijima's murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. Might even say he worshipped the man.
Worship? Nijima of all people.
This was a time when students were itching to rebel. No one who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Iway had been collecting these foes ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Nijima, he made sure to get in contact.
This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Nijima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. Don't think we ever had anything pointed at. What's the connection?
To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Nijima murders.
Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa now. Wait just 1 minute. Do you think... No way. Are you sane?
He did this to resurrect someone. That's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Nijima.
You've gotta be kidding me! So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic!
That's what the evidence suggests. However, Nijima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Iwai had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Nijima and Iwai were both acting in earnest.
This is batshit insane! You're telling me that nutjob did all this for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit. Resurrection? That means there must have been someone Nijima wanted to bring back to life.
Oh, I think that was Richter that said that.
Damn, that's it! That has to be it! Fucking hell, it all makes sense now!
What? What is it?
So about the Nijima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public.
Go on.
When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby.
A baby?
It was a girl. Looked to be about 6 months old. She was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died.
So was Nijima the father?
He told us he'd found her under a bridge.
He found her? Was she abandoned? I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under the bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. Ah, I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent.
Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nijima's guilt of more crimes than what we got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing.
Yeah, I remember all of them.
Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant.
Goodness. That's horrific.
He killed her and dismembered her body. And we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just taking a baby he found under a bridge.
I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear.
Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We're running on speculation back then. Now that the whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child. And that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, My life would be a tad easier if it were true.
That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nijima would want to resurrect, the deceased's wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the Rite of Resurrection.
Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre.
Chief Inspector,
Yeah?
what happened to the child?
Without a birth registration on file, best we could do is find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future.
Well, I'm glad she was taken care of.
Okay.
Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Iwai's journal. You know, Iwai had managed to attain the Grim War thanks to the advice he got from his idol, Nijima, while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick.
Right. He thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic.
Correct. Turns out someone gave him that idea.
And get
this.
Ah, of course.
It was the one and only Queen and Chairwoman of Hayaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamemori.
Wait, the Chairwoman of Hayaku Soaps?
So, that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Hayaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites. She'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth and the like.
So that probably means that the benefactor for the dude who came up with the Rite of Resurrection, all this stuff, that probably was her then. So she would even throw her money at the occult. A place as greed will take you. Well, then that brings us to Hideki Arashi. She presumably funded his research into the Rite of Resurrection as well.
That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hayaku pounced at the rumors of the Rite of Resurrection.
It's starting to sound likely.
It might also be why she's spreading the rumors about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again.
Godly powers? What's that all about?
Oh, you can ignore that. Either way, I think Iwai took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce the family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shirasashi family, Michio and her mother, Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me.
Oh, her child.
No, you can't mean. You realize then. Perhaps. Kanochi Iwai's living sacrifice was a child. That's exactly it. Iwai moved in with the Shirashis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth-restoring spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young. No, of course, that awful man. So it was Iwai, this man. Why worship Nejima? So he must have also despised Nejima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely I had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Nijima, best the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time.
Fuck! You got it! Iwai kidnapped Haru Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 shot of stone!
You're telling me that horrid man? He never had the intention of returning my child! I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defense, and then kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Suichi!
Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe.
You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid idea for a stupid little man. Okay, Mom. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is...
Oh boy, yeah, that's a lot of shit. God damn.
Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal.
Oh?
I got in contact with Nijima last year, after Nijima was released on parole. I provided him with accommodation and financial support.
Is that so?
He managed to find a hideout for Nijima to stay in.
Damn it.
If anything, rather than use his mind to support the Shirsashis, it seemed most went to Nijima instead. If Nijima looking around somewhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout.
Did you write where it is?
Unfortunately, no. Not that I can tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met with Nijima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up among other things.
What good is that information? The girl's already dead! Wait, no! She's alive!
That's right. Michio Shirsashi is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too.
Investigator, I'm asking you.
I should be going. The lay's not well.
God damn.
His deceased body was discovered at Shiroshi's home. Kinajiro once made a living by placing advertisements in magazines to sell phony magic items and good luck charms. He held a nostalgic yearning for the post-war era when things and people were simple and has nothing but negative things to say about the rapidly developing ostentation world of late. Radical in his beliefs that it would be better to tear down society and start over again, Kichiro was discontent with his life spent poking around society's cesspool to make a few coins. When the Nijima murders were widely reported in the media, it had a great impact on Kanchichiro as he witnessed how a single act by a single man could cause a major rift in society. Perceiving Nijima as a great hero, he began collecting every piece of information he could find on the man. Kanchiro was later arrested for his illegal business practices, and a chance meeting with Fumichika during his incarceration solidified his idolization. He was captivated by Fumichika's talk of black magic, and following his release, acquired the grimoire Fumichika had hidden away. As for Toshio Shirasashi, Kanishiro set his sights on her after encountering her at her part-time job when he learned that the Shirasashi family was in financial trouble and could not afford to send Michio to college. He turned on the charm and took advantage of their weakness by offering them money. He revealed his true colors, however, after moving in with the family and used violence and money to keep Tashiro and Michio under his thumb. All the while, his belief in black magic deepened, and he found a sponsor in the Hyaku Corporation. Kanshiro forced the Shirasashi family to perform various rituals, with any attempts to resist being met with merciless beatings. The mother and daughter were helpless to resist. After Hyaku offered Kanshiro great sums to intensify his work with black magic, he set his mind to sacrificing a child in order to perform a youth-restoring spell. For this purpose, he chose Suichi Shigima, the son of Haru Shigima, against whom Fumijiki held a grudge. He attempted to enlist Michio so as to not alarm the boy, and when she resisted, beat her mother 20 times. Michio's assistant, Kanchikiro, kidnapped Suichi and locked him in the Shirasashi house.
and told the young and courageous boy that he'd kill Michio if he tried to run away. While his actions were motivated by a personal grudge against the police, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a political uproar and break down in public order, as Kanshiro painted the crimes as a regular kidnapping, demanding a ransom from the family. However, because of an embargo on the press, the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Nijima murders. Infuriated, Kanshiro had Tashiko perform the sacrifice ritual by threatening to kill Michio if she refused. Tashiko killed Suichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kanshiro blamed her. Warning Michio to keep silent about the murder to avoid incriminating her mother, Kanshiro dumped the boy's body in a nearby river. The tiny corpse was found a week later in the Sumide River after floating through several canals in Honjo. Having drifted for days in the polluted waters, little evidence remained. Although Kanshiro performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only intensified or increased. Tashiko and Michio spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kanshiro until the day he died. At least that's what I'm assuming. Until the day they died. Oh shit, did the whole family die? God damn. Fuck. Are you feeling better now that we've gone some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right, but Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio because she killed the kidnapper. There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio's the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul dregs, I mean. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Nijima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul dregs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. Damn. So, I'm counting on you. Fuck. Too much to handle, standing by. Simon. Damn. This is getting crazy and quite interesting. And I think that is where we are going to end it here. So that is going to do it for this part of Let's Play Paranormasight. In the next part, guys, I think we'll go back to the high school, to Mio and Yako over here to do all this stuff. And I guess depends on how long that is. Maybe we'll do another one of these, standing by. I don't know. Standby seems like it could be a short one, but we'll see. You never know. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give the like button a click and comment down below what you liked about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know, guys, what you think of learning all that shit that we learned. We learned about the story behind the kidnapping, a bit about Michio, her situation, possibility that she could possibly be alive, which, no, I don't think that's the case, because I'm pretty sure she's possessing her friend, and she's doing it. But we'll see. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both my main Twitter, the RBG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.